Hi, this is Dr. Gary, and welcome to our weekly tune-up this week. There was a survey that came out this week. I picked it up off of AOL. It's available to a lot of you, but I thought it fascinating. And of course, I'm always working with a lot of business people, and I work with some corporations that are planted around the world, and one of the things they work with me about is performance and success and sales success, job success, and winning contracts and deals. And how's that done? And this survey came out that said there's two qualities that are common in everyone who is not only financially successful, but successful in their career and successful in their relationships. And I thought it was fascinating when I really got into this, because it was a little scary on a couple of points, and it was very, very enlightening on a couple of others. And many of the things that I've been talking about as far as focus and concentration and being present came out in this survey. The survey primarily said that for people to become phenomenally successful, whether it's in the relationship or financially in business or whatever they want to do, there's two elements that are absolutely critical. And if you're lacking those elements, the chances of you being phenomenally successful, and sometimes even marginally successful, could be at risk. Those two things are focus and the ability to be in the present moment when you're in a conversation with someone. They said there's nothing more valuable in any kind of a relationship than the feeling another person has when you are completely uptime, engaged in that conversation and present. Nothing is worse than being a wanderer, having your mind wandering, focusing on text messages, focusing on other things, have a wandering eye, than when you're in that conversation, whether it's with a relationship, in business or sales, or just having a conversation with a business associate, that matters for you to be present and be able to focus on the things you're saying and hearing and basically responding to the things they say. They say those are the two greatest problems in business right now and in relationships, are the fact that people have no attention span. They get bored easily, they have a hard time concentrating, and many people, due to the fact that text messaging and instant gratification from sending emails and returning them causes us to be so aware of fast-moving objects that when something stays stationary in front of us for much more than 8 seconds, we lose our concentration. In fact, in this survey, it was kind of funny, but yet kind of scary. They said the average span of the attention of a goldfish is 9 seconds. As tested with all of these college students, it was 8 seconds. Wow. A goldfish has more concentration ability and focus than a person does on the average. We've got to really think about that, and what is the reason for that? And one of the reasons is we allow it to happen. If you're in a relationship and having difficulty, many times the problem with that relationship can be your inability to be in that relationship in that moment and engaged in that conversation. You've been in a conversation with someone was kind of wandering or they just weren't with you. People can tell. They can see it in your eyes. They can feel the energy when it pulls away from them. So today and this week, I think it's going to be really important for us to really pay attention to this. And one of the things that each one of you want in life is to be successful, I know, in your relationships or in the things that you do or the business endeavors that you have, or even raising your children. We've got to start reteaching ourselves and re-educating ourselves to be able to focus and concentrate. I'm going to challenge all of you this week, no matter what you're doing, whether you're an X-ray tech down there in Hayward, California somewhere, or maybe you're a Wall Street broker in New York City, and even some of the people I have that I work with are clear over in Hong Kong, working with salespeople. Focus yourself this week and take a look at your attention span. Look at the things that's going on in your thought process that interrupts your inability to focus and concentrate on that person you're having a conversation with that's sitting right in front of you. One of the greatest high honors of anything, and especially with human beings, is to pay attention. If you find yourself wandering, having a hard time with your focus, having a hard time paying attention, or getting a wandering eye, or something fast moving by grabs your attention, that's the sign that we have a concentration problem and an attention span problem. And that attention span problem is really a learned behavior. It's not something that's wrong with you. It's that you've taught yourself to allow yourself to not sink into one particular thing much longer than 8 to 9 seconds before your attention goes to something else. Practice this week in engaging in conversations, staying in that conversation and paying attention in that conversation, and being with that person that's actually sitting across from you, and not insulting them by letting your mind wander to something that's in the palm of your hand that's a simple text message. It can wait. Our relationships are important. The relationships we not only have with ourselves is important, but we have to interact with people. Our entire business community, our relationship community is all about people first. Not things, not messages, people. Let's get back to it. Let's start working on this, and let's really work with our children. If you have children, let's take a look at that. Let's start getting around the dinner table again, at least learning how to have a real conversation that lasts longer than yes or no or maybe, while you're staring at something else rather than the person you're talking to. So until next week, this is Dr. Gary asking us to get our attention span lengthened, and let's work on it a little bit. This is pretty bad when we are competing with goldfish for the amount of attention span we really can deliver when we're really kind of unconscious about it. Until next time, this is Dr. Gary wishing you an extraordinary week. Bye-bye.